Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises.
This is going to be interesting.
Watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So two incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. A solid stiff arm. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Our first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Story. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
And again, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. It'll be a in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down,
Chubb will get the call running left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Watson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. Story. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth. 28 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Browns, nothing.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now a throw here. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then...
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week one, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It's now 2nd and 6.
21-0 our score after 1.
Browns, nothing.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. To throw is Watson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Eluding the pressure right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 46.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And the Browns getting set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Back to throw, Watson. This complete to David Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Browns first down.
Here's Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. He finds his man, and the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's got some space here. The 20, 10, 5, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.